Yeah, and it's knocking on your door when you have a bad neighbor. It's like, it's a 50-50 chance it's going to be some bullshit.
Right.
So anything that sound on the front porch door, anything, it's like, fuck.
Yeah, now I'm dealing with this.
I got to get the bat. I have to hold a bat behind the door. A knife in my pocket.
Yeah.
Like, my house isn't big enough to have a gun. If anybody gets in my house, I'm going to get them. I'll grab them.
You got no guns in that house?
No.
This is fucking Texas, man.
I don't have a... You need a hallway for a gun. We don't have a hallway.
You need a big old safe.
Yeah. I know, it'd be cool to have a shotgun, but then I got to clean all the brains off the wall.
That's true. You just make that sound, though.
No, you sue their next of kin for the cleanup.
Cleaning fee, yeah.
Or even the emotional damages if I have
Right.
to.
Yeah.
Why did you make me do this? Why did you make me kill you?
Why did you raise your child poorly?
Okay, so I made a new YouTube compilation because I was thinking about this the other day. So I'm going to pause Blade Runner,
Rutger
and
Hauer.
I am going to switch us over to my playlist.
We watched Madam Web this morning. With
Oh, well, you did?
A bunch of children. They loved it. That's a baby movie. It's for babies.
Babies or retards?
Yeah, well, the same.
Can I interest you in the
Madam Web
in a
is
movie
good.
called Madam Web?
There are a lot of trains in there, Candy.
Did you ever see this video? This is from 2008.
20,002. What now?
This is when Hillary was running for the Democrat election against Obama in the primaries.
You can make her husband play sax for free.
It's so bad.
What kind of stage do they have? It's an office building.
It's like, remember how cool Barack Obama was in 2008?
Yeah, the black gay guy.
And then there's these Hillary Clinton
Oh,
people.
nice. Killing little children.
Leaving our children all behind. The world is getting hot, but our global warming plan is not.
You know that's true.
You know that's true.
So we
You know I ain't lying.
it's time for a change.
It's like they're the lamest people in the world.
That would be such a cuck move if she made Bill play sax for this. You're gonna fucking play that. Suck it.
It's so bad.
She had a cute little Cranberries logo.
Like, how does this come together? How do people do this?
If you're making the logo for the signs, though, to be a politician, there's only like two things you can do.
Yeah.
Like Times New Roman and a flag star.
Yeah.
As a template, you don't get a lot of options.
Oh god, it's so bad.
Man, this is
Second stanza. Key change.
I mean, what the fuck kind of video is this anyway?
It's like an outside group, I guess, that tried to do
Talks
a
to
song for
retards.
Hillary Clinton. I mean, after 2008, she should have realized they're never going to elect you.
She was talking to that Downs girl. She's like, "That's cool. My husband's retarded.
Yeah.
He got caught getting a blowjob under the White House desk." And then he
Talking
said,
to the old lady.
he told them what is means. There he is, mustard yellow.
Yeah. He gets a little cameo
It's so
at the
bad.
end there.
This is 2008. Here's all the. I'm gonna have to look up all these people
Gene
and
Wang.
cyberbully them.
Oh my god.
So that was the first one, and then of course I just basically made a Hillary Clinton compilation.
So what we want is for more young people to be supported and mentored in getting those
Allendale,
skills
Virginia.
at community colleges, at apprenticeships run by labor unions and businesses.
business
She's mid-Atlantic.
Not a single hot chick in the audience.
Because we're going to have a lot of jobs from building infrastructure to
Okay, that one's okay.
coding,
Yeah, there's one in the back.
Top right, I do it.
creating new apps.
Wood.
I don't know who created
No.
Pokemon
no,
Go.
Too young.
Look at how they scream.
But I'm trying to figure out how we get them to have Pokemon go to the polls.
It's so bad.
She's got writers. She's got cheap writers.
Like, oh man, what a great line that was I just delivered. Have you see this one?
Writers aren't Jewish enough.
I'm just chilling in Cedar Rapids.
It's got the most views. It's got 1 million. That's the attention span of. They haven't joked their attention span back down.
Yeah.
1.2 million for the 7-second one.
I'm just chilling in Cedar Rapids.
I'm just chilling.
Have you heard the guy calling in and complaining about the Jimmy Dean sausage? He's like, I'm an American man, and I can't feed a family with this 12-ounce tube of sausage.
Guy complains about Jimmy Dean sausage. Let's see if we can find it.
You guys are going to love this. Yeah, there it is.
Randy Taylor.
Randy Taylor.
I don't know where you people come from. I don't know if you test your products, your quantity of your product. Your products are very delicious. Love your sausage for 30-something years, but I can't take and feed a family of 5 on a little 12-ounce roll of sausage.
God damn
I don't mind paying you more money for your 16-ounce roll of sausage,
Son of a bitch.
but you don't have it anymore. You've got a 12-ounce roll, and you got 3 men that weigh over 200 pounds apiece,
Fat ass
a
son.
woman that's a little plump,
Oh,
Scotch
my wife's
girl,
not fat.
and a daughter who's 13, and you're going to try to take a 12-ounce roll of sausage and a couple of dozen eggs and feed that, it ain't going to work. And I'm not going to purchase your product anymore or ever again. And as far as your 16-ounce and maple and sage, I don't eat that. I'm not from the north. I'm a Texas man. Jimmy Dean sausage.
I think this is my dad.
Maple and sage is for faggots from
with the
San
breakfast,
Francisco.
with the fried eggs and the T-bone steaks.
Sage is
And I
for San
can't
Franciscan
see going
faggot
to a
people.
little 12-ounce package to feed 4, 5, 6 people. And I'm not going to buy 2 of those 12-ounce packages
I'm not
just
Jewish
because
either.
you want to downsize and charge the same goddamn price.
Nice.
I'd sure like a reply, and I'd sure like you to go back to your 16-ounce package on your regular sausage, because I'm not going to buy it otherwise ever again. I'll just have my own damn sausage made like I used to 30-something years ago.
Okay,
It's
it's
not
got buckshot
tasty as
in
yours
it.
is, but it'll work. Goodbye. That little 12-ounce goddamn roll of sausage is supposed to feed your brother and me and you
Forgot to hang up.
600 pounds of men.
600 pounds
Get
of
my
man.
point? And the 2 girls, and they put it in that fucking pussy roll of sausage. Son of a bitch. Somebody needs their ass kicked. Some consumer geekaroid fuck this shit up.
Man, I love this.
Save money. Yeah, save money. Save money. So fuck, I'm going to eat, goddammit.
Anyway, it's the God Awful Gospel Hour, and we're just watching shit.
Happy St. Patty's Day. Hang
Happy,
out
it's
with
St.
us.
Patrick's Day
Patty's Day.
today.
Man.
Hooray.
We're hitting all the big holidays.
Did
Me
you
and
slap
Donnie's
your wife?
birth- Yes.
You better slap your wife before midnight. You're
Is that a
wearing
thing?
green, you got to slap your wife. Palm.
Palm slap?
Palm slap.
Oh, man.
Open hand.
Irish style.
Well, well, she is Irish.
It ain't an
so-
Irish slap unless it leaves a mark and they can call the police. I'm a Texas man now. Listen, I'm not a northern homosexual. How was your week? I heard it was crazy.
I'm not one of them Northern Union faggots.
I'm one of them
600
Yankees.
pounds of man. Yeah, it's been a crazy one.
You
And
got
the
a
daughter's
golden
been
egg
home.
shoved up your ass at work, and they were like, "Shit it out."
Yeah, they're like, come on, do it.
Shit it out, goose.
Get it.
Yeah, no, it was a crazy one, and the kid was home, and the kid makes it crazy
Do
too.
you even keep track of your 40-hour whatever anymore if you're a company owner? You just have to work and do the stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what the hell is Bernie's thing going to do for people like you, the 4-day work week? Everybody's, yay, but if you own shit and you need to make the shit so you can have the shit.
Right.
I had to look
have
up
to
what
work
he said about the
Saturday,
4-day
Sunday,
work
right.
week.
There's a thing that happens with this thing where, it goes good and I do good and all that sort of shit.
Everybody played good, tried hard.
Yeah, we all stood shoulder width apart. We all walked it off and we got slapped in the face. But I'll tell you this right now. I'm the one getting fucking slapped in the face more than anyone in this motherfucker. And,
Well, now you can slap yourself in the face with your pink microphone.
she's looking pretty good. I like
Yeah, we
it.
put some new microphone covers, and we had to have Chris
We got
take
new
the pink one.
cables. We got this computer running to the audio, right? Is it picking up all the goddamn biscuits and shit?
Yeah, no, it's all in the recording now.
Nice.
So
The only thing
the
is
setup is almost complete.
it does clash with the shirt just a little bit.
It's
Yeah.
not quite
little
the
bit. It's not
same
quite the
shade of
same.
You
pink.
can stick that microphone in the sun
Yeah.
and fade it out a little bit.
Yeah.
We'll leave it on the windowsill.
Is
God damn
Trump
it.
kissing
Putin.
Putin? Okay.
So the
That
other
image is illegal. in Russia. You're not allowed to look at it or say that it's there.
This shirt's legal in 49 countries. It's got the cross on it. Yeah, the other day I was brushing my teeth. This is so fucking weird that this happened. So I'm brushing my teeth, and because I'm a sloppy ass bastard, I guess some toothpaste ran down the front of me because I'm disgusting.
You were wearing that shirt and they got cum on their chins?
And it literally landed right here in the glob.
Nice.
Where like this little glob of spit, and I was like, because I'm a fucking idiot, I looked in the mirror and I'm like, I thought it was like stigmata or something.
That's what we call a Ramadan blessing. That was the blessings of Ramadan.
It was like the fucking the Virgin Mary
It's like
appearing.
it's the shirt of Dorian Gray. all the jizz that gets on Trump's face. It shows up on your shirt.
It was a
skeetmata.
Stigmata, but a skeetmata.
Yeah.
It's jizzmata.
It was.
Chris, where all have you lived in the world?
Like lived?
Over a month. You got into the daily life of things.
I lived over a month in California, Texas, the Netherlands, for a bit. Like 2 months in the Netherlands.
Summer. And your parents moved there after you got old?
Yeah, my folks moved there when I was like 18.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, my parents did the same thing. They moved to France.
Have you lived in France?
Yeah, I lived in France for a month.
Where in France?
Paris.
Oh, yeah.
The homosexual capital of the world.
Yeah.
It snowed. It was cool. And, it's just hard not to feel like a fancy boy over there.
Yeah.
Everything's fancy.
Yeah.
If you watch Napoleon, that's the same way. All the music is dee, 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 dee.
Yeah.
And everything's
All the men
ruffly.
have powdered wigs.
Yeah. To block the smell of the syphilis, like taking them over.
Yeah.
They don't like Americans. I can't hide my American baseball penis. Some Americans wear like a Canadian flag back patch.
Yeah.
So that they don't hate you. And that was before Bush.
Yeah.
But that when I was over there before then in '97, they were making fun of us and go, "What are you gonna do? Sue me?" Like, yeah, you're gonna fucking die.
Yeah.
I'll sue you.
Is he going to file the lawsuit?
Yeah. Why did your folks?
You need money to eat. And if I
Are
sue
you going
you're
to
dead.
accuse me of sexual harassment?
Why did
you going to me to me?
To France.
They've been going over there a lot, and they picked their favorite place, and they planned on retiring there. God damn it, and they did it. And they still feel like they walk around. They've been there 2 years, and they walk around like, we made it. Because it's like Beauty and the Beast, cobblestones. They're in Provence.
Yeah.
So they like all that history. My dad likes the Roman stuff that's spread over the roads and the architecture. He gets real into that Indiana Jones stuff.
Oh, it gets a dad boner.
And my mom plays piano in concerts with violinists in their little flats around.
Well, it seems like your folks are.
It's a fancy dream.
Yeah, like kind of worldly or something.
No, it's rad. I mean, I like to hang out in shitty open mics. So I don't have to go anywhere.
That's his dad boner. He's like,
your parents are hanging out like they're like hanging out with like fucking Voltaire and Bach and shit.
Like, I'm trying to be Dice.
Your dad's trying to be Voltaire. You're trying to be Dice.
Trying to be Pauly Shore, Andrew Dice Clay. What was the Netherlands like? You're in Holland or what?
Yeah.
Amsterdam?
No, the Hague.
Okay,
The Hague,
that's where I was homeless at.
You were homeless in the Hague?
Yeah.
It's not a bad place to be homeless.
No.
It's cold in the winter, but...
My buddy went to The Hague. I was in Rotterdam. He had to find his way from The Hague to Rotterdam.
Yeah.
But by then I had gone to Amsterdam and we found each other. That was my 20th birthday.
I plan on being in The Hague later in my life.
Yeah, that's good.
After all the war crimes.
After the war, you're right. Yeah. You do the
Holocaust for the people who like the TikTok voice and all that. When they finally catch me. Yeah.
The COVID variant for the
COVID variant for the COVID variant for the people who don't go when the light turns green.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. I'll visit you there when you.
You'd be a character witness.
When you're sentenced to death.
It was all satire. It was a comedy podcast.
When's the last time you went there?
04, 03, 04, 05.
Oh shit! It's been a while.
Yeah.
Well, how long have they lived there?
2 years, full time. This
okay,
COVID,
so
they moved.
They've been going back and forth.
They've had houses.
They went like right.
Oh god.
Right in the dead of COVID, right?
They owned properties in X and VS.
Weren't they illegally staying somewhere because of vaccines or something? Or
yeah,
like
they went to Croatia and hanged out. And I thought maybe they were waiting across the ocean from Israel because they thought the world was ending. and they could did like a short boat ride to the promised land.
They go see Jesus. Be like,
Shit hits the
take
fan.
me, Lord.
Have you heard that argument for Israel-Palestine?
No.
Just finish it, build the third temple, and then when Lord doesn't come back, stop fighting because it's not real. Like they're mad about God.
Yeah, let's
if
just do
they
it.
do everything they're supposed to do to trigger God coming back and it doesn't go, then they'll stop.
So there's some prophecy about like there is a doorway that Jesus is going to come through when he comes through to like come back, and the Muslims have like boarded it up and like put stone over it and all that. Like we're gonna stop him if he shows up where he can't get through.
When Allah closes the door,
Yeah.
opens the window.
I gotta look that one up now. But anyway, what were you gonna say, Chris?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I just I like it over there, but I don't know if I would really want to live there. Like, okay, so in 2010, I spent 6 weeks in Paris for work, and I got kind of into the day-to-day life of being in Paris. And like, there's a lot of things that are really fancy and cool
I'll
about
die
it.
from cheese if I go live there.
Yeah, well,
cheese will kill me
too.
before I'm 50.
Yeah, cheese and wine.
There's just so much cheese.
Yeah, there's
and
a
they
lot
put a
of fucking
heat lamp
cheese.
over it until it turns brown. And then just gravity puts it on your bread.
Yeah.
You just watch
That's
and
so
jerk
good.
off.
I know, I love it. I do love
rack
that.
light.
There are things that I love about it, but there's also things where it's like, oh yeah, there's a train strike today, and like there's no way that you can like get to work.
They burned the bus stop down. There's no more bus stop because they burned it.
Right.
Via Les Oies.
There's no like Costco, you know. You like if you go to you literally go to the store every single fucking day.
Did you go to the hardware store and get paint?
I never did that.
You can only get white paint and dye, and they give you a formula of which dyes drops. To
Really?
Put in to
They
make
won't
it a
mix
color.
the paint for you?
No, you have to take the droplets and put it in white and mix it.
I don't. That doesn't surprise me.
Fucking Europe.
It's an art.
You can't rent, like by law, you have to show a real estate agent, even just to rent, you have to show a real estate agent your income, and they won't even take you to see places that are like the rent is more than a third of your monthly income.
Yeah.
Like there's a fucking law.
Yeah.
I spat on the ground in England, got in trouble for gobbing on the Queen's soil, but they're pissing, barfing, shitting.
Especially today, right? In Ireland.
Well, Ramadan also. There's a lot of immigrants in London.
Oh yeah.
They're not shitting anywhere because they're not eating.
Yeah, that's a different kind of deal over there.
None of the halal is open.
Well, you can't eat until dark, I think.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. In where we used to live in Southern California, there was a ton of Arabs and a ton of Persians, and we went to a restaurant during Ramadan, and there wasn't
Cinnamon people.
there wasn't a fucking soul in this place. They wouldn't serve us, and then all of a sudden they're like, no, we must wait.
We must wait. You must wait for 9 o'clock.
Spicy folks.
Yeah. And then it and oh my god, man, people were like not happy with the way that we were dressed in this place too. Like my wife was wearing like a spaghetti strap dress.
You
or
didn't
something.
dress haram.
Modest.
You didn't dress haram. You're supposed to dress haram. This is not haram.
I don't know.
And you know what this is, though? This is America.
Yeah. God damn
If
it.
my wife wants to wear spaghetti
That's
straps,
right.
she's going to wear some goddamn
right.
spaghetti straps.
She's a
She's
little
going to have a
plump.
16-ounce Jimmy Dean sausage, God
She's
damn
a
it.
little plump.
Get
She's
your
not
ass
fat.
kicked. Somebody needs to kick their ass.
She's a little. There's 600 pounds between us boys, and I'm not a northern man. I'll eat sage.
And 800 pounds between us boys and my wife. You do the math.
So you went for the summer to the Nederlanders?
I spent a few summers. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
In your parents' house, or did you stay elsewhere?
I spent a little time in my folks' house, a little bit of time fucking around.
What are we talking? Like a castle?
It was a
style?
nice place.
Okay.
It was a nice place. Yeah.
Is it a villa? What is it called? What would you call it in English? The classification of domicile.
I mean, I would call it like a 3,000 or 4,000 square foot like.
Oh, you're over there salt burning.
It's the
You're having a
Haagen-Dazs.
salt burn summer.
It was a big house. Yeah.
It's a
Murder on the
Haagen-Dazs.
dance floor.
It was. They had a river that went through their backyard. It was it was a nice place. But my folks, it's weird. Like my dad, he always made like a okay amount of money, but they spent like fucking crazy. So they always like had nice stuff, but like they never really like accumulated.
I never knew how much money we had. They had a lot, but there wasn't any.
Right.
There was always zero for that.
Yeah.
For whatever you're saying.
For whatever. Yeah.
It's not. We don't have that.
Well, my mom died, and then my dad married my mom's best friend.
Nice.
And-
Vulture.
You just can't get away from these people.
What are you hanging out under light poles for all the time? In the rain.
I was listening to the last
There's
one.
a lot of swooping.
It was so fucking funny.
Swooping down. You gotta
Smell
watch out for
barbecue.
those. That's
Thought
your whole
you were dead. Saw you laying on the couch.
You lived your life in the shadow of wings,
Dude.
from above.
Oh man, like it was
Scavengers.
it was crazy. Like my mom died and my dad was fucking like heartbroken. And then like the next week he's like, me and Aunt Debbie are dating. I'm like, whoa, Dad.
She shows up
I
with the
broke my
casserole.
heart all over
like-
her face.
He was like, he wasted absolutely no time within.
No,
like,
you got to get over it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if you don't get over it, you got to go through it, and that sucks.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you think about the alternatives. You're like, well, my dad's happy, like
Anger, denial, acceptance, horniness,
right. Pretty much.
boners.
Pretty much. He had my mom's stepdad as like a really, really great example. He was like, son, your dog dies, what you gonna do? You gonna get yourself
Have sex
another
with a
dog. Yeah, gonna fuck another. You can go get another dog to fuck immediately. And my dad was
my
like,
frog
"Well,
died. I fucked 8 other frogs after. You fuck
Yeah.
one frog and you get a reputation around here. Did you read any comic books when you were little?
not really, no.
Dolly, what was your favorite one when you were little?
I brought it up when we were talking.
Did you ever
to
have to
Jason.
go to the
I had
store every time and
No. I had all those X-Men numbered ones with the variant covers, the '92 X-Men. Whenever they rebooted or they relaunched it or whatever.
Yeah.
I had a subscription. They had my shit ready under the counter every Wednesday.
Yeah, I was not a comic book store kid. I had a couple Batman comics. I never actually went and bought comics. I had all the Marvel cards. I think we talked about this with Jason, but
I have to imagine in Abilene there wasn't a whole lot of comic book stores.
there was a couple. We had
Joe Abilene's comics and sundries.
It's like it
What's
was
some
the
jiggers?
old timey where there weren't aisles. Everything was behind the counter, and you had to go in the catalog and tell the
porn.
old man working behind the.
It's all porn here.
Yeah.
No, we talked about it with Jason. There was a really nerd store, like a Magic the Gathering nerd store.
Oh, yeah, you were talking about
where
this.
the owners like lived there in like closets in the back, and they
Under
were
a
like
bridge,
they were
under the
stinky nerds.
gutter.
They were like what I used to call bottom feeder nerds. Like we were nerds, but then there were like the real the autistic ones,
right.
the kids that wore capes
crusty
to school.
ones.
Cave
Yeah.
nerds.
Yeah.
It's like a cave troll. but
Yeah,
it's
that's
a
why I
cave
never played
nerd.
Dungeons and Dragons, is because that was what I thought Dungeons and Dragons was.
Right. Right.
So, I mean, there was convenience stores had comics. There's places that had comics, but I just never got into buying comics each week. You know?
I was much more into this other sort of printed art form called pornography.
Yeah.
Like,
Did you read Heavy Metal magazine?
I did read Heavy Metal magazine.
I would go into B. Dalton in the mall.
Yeah,
and
me
I would
too.
go find
me
the heavy
too.
metal because the heavy metal didn't have the wrapping on it. Like the Playboys and all that shit had the wrapping, but heavy metal didn't. So I'd at least look at some cartoon tits and vaginas.
Remember
and
when
bushes.
GameStop was electronics boutique? Did you guys have that?
It was-
Babbage's?
It was Babbage's in our mall.
Babbage's. Yeah,
in our
yeah,
mall, it
yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
Babbage's, and eventually it turned into GameStop because Babbage's bought Electronics
Funko Land. It
Boutique
was
or
also
whatever.
Funko Land.
Funko Land was the third brand. Yeah.
forgot about Babbage's. That place was pretty dope.
I got fired from there because in Virginia, items over $200 are classified as in a pawn shop as a lethal weapon. So they put guns in this bracket of like $200 to $500 item, so that you have to get a background check to work at a pawn shop for selling guns. And then GameStop or Funko Land at that time was selling PlayStations, which were worth that same bracket of money. It's just dumb law, but that's just how they classified. So, because it's a misdemeanor if you steal that much instead of a whatever. I did a background check, and then they came back a month later, and they were like, "You didn't tell us that you had charges in North Carolina, and we have to fire you." And I already had a key. I was managing the store after a month.
Wait, what was the charges? What were the
Possession of paraphernalia with intent to ingest in North Carolina.
That's
On
so
a, we
dumb.
were going to a beach rave. It was rad at the Outer Banks.
Oh yeah.
Still went.
Yeah.
I just had to go to jail on the way.
I mean, I miss the '90s, but look how much they sucked. Nobody give a shit now if you had a marijuana possession charge working at a GameStop. You know. That was so dumb.
Our kids get to experience that. They can have whatever. They don't get their backgrounds checked.
They just get their social media checked, and they said, "Oh, you said the N-word when you were 12."
Yeah, yeah.
What was your first porn you got?
Dude.
We already talked about this. I have a box of inherited shit that I should burn, probably.
You still have it?
Yeah.
You still have
He's
it?
like, let me look at it.
Well, I mean, I just haven't seen
Where is it located?
I have it. It's right next to the cocaine.
While I'm here, I'm going to stop by. Why don't we stop by Josh's?
Oh man. I always got my hands on porn somehow, but the first porn that was truly mine, my buddy's brother was getting married at like 21, and he just handed me this huge box of Playboys.
Nice.
Yeah.
And they were all like the Jenny McCarthy Playboy,
Yeah.
and like I mean
The ones that we all heard about at school.
the ones we heard
those
about
years.
at school,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh my god, and I was so stoked on them.
You just gave me a box of treasure.
Dude, I was so into it. I remember
Essential classics.
I had this dude. I was such a fucking weird, horny kid, but I had like this wall, and I would like cut out pictures of chicks and like out of magazines and put it on the wall, and I would like hide. I like hide these ones. I would like cut out pictures of like chicks, bare-chested chicks, and like hide them in the mix of like all these other ones. Like my parents weren't gonna notice.
Yeah, don't worry about this area right here.
Yeah, don't worry
This is my
don't-
private area.
You could look over
Yeah.
here, Mom. Don't
Yeah.
look right here.
Mind your own business.
So in '96, I was 14, and we got our first real computer because we had like a old 486 that my grandpa had given us, like
Yeah.
a hand-me-down. But we got one that had Windows 95 on it.
Oh yeah.
You're the airbrushed meme of the kid with the rad glasses and spiky hair.
I am literally the kid surfing out of the computer monitor on the wave.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
like surf the net, bro. You know?
Yeah.
Hey, Dad, I saw balls.
So we got AOL, right? And the way that we got porn back then is we get in the chat rooms and people would send each other gifs back and forth,
yeah.
gift
Hell
pictures, not animated GIF, but like
Right.
pictures that were dot
It's like two
GIF.
prisoners telling each other
Yeah.
jerk off stories in the dark.
Right,
In the
right.
Upper and lower bunk.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, just,
And-
Just pass me some tales.
And I still remember the first time we ever got one. My cousin, who's 6 years older than me, was over at our house, and we were like on the computer, me and my cousin and my little brother, and somebody sent us a picture of a chick sitting on a chair with her legs spread, and all of a sudden it was like a whole new world opened up for my cousin. Well, for me too, but for my cousin definitely, 'cause he was not a nerd. He was not into nerdy stuff, computers, video games, or any of that.
Yeah.
And he was like, I gotta get a computer.
Yeah.
So then he somehow went out and got a computer. I don't know how. He didn't have a job or anything. But every time I would see him after that, every month or a couple weeks, he'd tell me about the new pictures he
porn he
downloaded.
get, yeah,
And finally, at one point, he was like, somebody sent me this one picture, and as it was loading, I realized it was a couple gay guys, and one of them's eating the other one's shit.
It's like, yeah, we've all been there, buddy.
Day
We've all
booty.
been there.
It was in day booty.
Yeah, man. I mean, I remember just getting so excited, like watching a picture load. Do you remember this whole like?
Yeah.
it was like, dunk, dunk,
One
and I'm
line at
like,
a
oh.
time.
Waiting for the nipples to become clear.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, we would get the Photoshop ones, the ones that were like Alicia Silverstone, with like her face, and there were some really, really good ones too.
Yeah.
And
If you work hard doing what you love, you don't work a day in your life.
yeah,
You know, whoever did that, they didn't make any money, but they
Yeah.
did a good job.
yeah, I didn't have lots of magazines or anything, but
you hear
right
there's
at
no
mean
porn
jerk
anymore?
time, perfect jerk time.
What about porn?
Did you hear there's no porn anymore now?
Somebody told me this, but
They got rid of Pornhub, and that's all of it. So good job, government.
thanks a lot.
Don't worry
Texas.
about it
Yeah.
anymore now.
Yeah,
You got it.
it's all done. It's all done. I mean,
Mission accomplished, America.
everyone can just have a fucking VPN, right?
Yeah,
That searches on VPNs went up in Texas the day of the Pornhub ban. Everybody's like, "What is this? What is this virtual penis network?"
People are always like, "Why do you rip so hard on liberals?" And I'm like, because like it's new and it's novel, and I'm on that team,
yeah.
and I don't like when I see them doing dumb shit. And like what these other fuckers are doing is just like
It's dumb.
it's dumb.
But liberals are cunty.
right?
Well,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
more
it's
fun.
because
It's a sophisticated level
it's
of
a more
it's the
sophisticated.
same
sick
way
burns.
that it's
Yeah.
the same way that some of the best jokes are jokes that make women go, "That's not funny."
Yeah.
Those are some of the best jokes.
Oh, dude, all week I was cracking jokes at the table, and my daughter's like, pretty funny. And I'm like, yep, that's how I know it is.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I know.
Girls hate it.
Oh, you don't like this joke?
Test.
Okay, perfect. I'll mark this one
It's
down.
the opposite of the Bechdel test. If girls are talking alone about not a man, if you make a joke and a girl says that's not funny, that's how you know it's good.
That's how you know
It's dice approved.
Bada bing.
In so many ways, it's like I've written off Republicans and conservatives. Well, a big chunk of conservatives, right?
Yeah.
Because they're it's almost admirable their honesty about I don't care.
Yeah.
You know, liberals shouldn't be that way. I always thought, like, my side, what was always my side, I'm like, I hold us to a higher standard.
Right.
So if you do dumb shit, if you say stupid things like Latinx,
Yeah.
I'm going to mock it and mock it and mock it and mock it until you either your head explodes from anger or until you stop saying it.
Yeah.
You know, you're giving us Trump when you're this
Either
stupid.
way, you'll stop saying it. If your head is gone.
Yeah, right.
Or if you stop.
I watched this great movie yesterday. You probably have already seen it because you're, just more in the know than me. American Fiction.
I've been wanting to see it. I haven't gotten around. I haven't found a copy of it.
Too
Or
busy
seen it in
watching
theaters.
Madam Web with children.
It was so good.
That's the one that won the Oscar for like screenplay. One of the screenplays.
Did it?
Oscars
I don't know. I'm not sure. I wasn't sure if it came out in time to win Oscars last year.
Yeah, it just won last week. Like while we were watching, like
did.
before you
Okay.
came over,
Okay.
I think it had already won or whatever.
What about your favorite comedian? Did you get a CD? What was your first CD or comedy tape you got when you were little?
Carlin.
Oh, was it a record?
No, it was a tape.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got Carlin records. I just got them recently.
What was yours? What was yours?
Oh, it's Christian stuff. Mike Warnke. And then I think the first band one I got was, I got all the Weird Al's.
Yeah, I had Weird Al.
Oh
early.
yeah, no, okay. I probably had weird. Well,
I had like every Weird Al tape.
yeah.
And then I had Adam Sandler. They're all gonna laugh at you.
Oh, dude.
And what was the other one? Shut Up, You Fucking Baby. No, that's David
no.
Cross. Whatever the other Adam Sandler one was, that was more like
They're all gonna laugh at you.
middle school to high school.
I bought a Stephen Wright tape from the cutouts at Kent Mill.
Dude, yeah.
And then I hit Mitch Hedberg.
Oh, dude, Mitch Hedberg's so good.
And then I think I probably bought a Dane Cook CD in the college years.
What the hell happened to me?
What the hell happened to me?
And they're all gonna laugh at you.
Dude.
Yeah, those are the two comedy albums I remember actually going and buying the CDs.
Now I'm
of.
only happy when I'm drinking JD.
Yeah.
What the hell happened to me? Yeah.
I only get excited when I see a girl pee.
I only get excited when I see a girl pee.
What the hell happened to me?
Oh, it's so
Yeah.
good. Dude, the fucking goat.
Yeah. Hey, goat.
I bet you got hairy balls, man.
It's Conan O'Brien. He goes, yes, it's a veritable jungle down there.
Or what about the grandma who wants them to take their cock and balls out?
Take
all
out the
time?
cock and balls.
Take out your cock and balls. Just
lady
slap
was
them
in,
around a little bit.
You gotta suck his cock or at least bite his nuts.
Let's bite his nuts.
That lady was in The Wedding Singer, the lady with the meatballs.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, that's the cock and
That
balls
is
lady.
not the lady. No
it
way.
seems like
Well,
it.
that's the same.
He
that's
likes
the
that
same-
type of lunch.
I'd
lady
already
man.
had sex with 8 men.
Yeah.
Do you want some sloppy joes, kids?
Yeah, well, that's the sloppy joe.
Luckily, my dad was pretty, like, my folks weren't really religious. I mean, they would kind of try and force church every now and again when we were being bad or something like that. But, like, they had, like, my dad had pornos and he had comedy albums or tapes or whatever. So, like, I at least had some decent exposure. And they found stuff and were like, okay, well, as long as you're not getting in trouble at school with this shit, then it's fine.
Somehow
dude.
my mom had a nose for finding whatever it was, and they were always finding. And then did
Mom's
you ever
got a
do?
porno
Well, so
nose.
you guys never had to do
Yeah,
the thing.
porno nose.
Porno nose.
Mummy had a porno nose.
There's a thing that we always used to do. Anytime they would catch something in like the internet history or a file or something like that, we would say, oh no, it's AOL Instant Messenger puts that stuff in your history,
yeah.
I downloaded a game and it just puts that stuff in your head. I didn't actually go to it or whatever. They would buy it every single time.
That was Dad's
Every
Republican
time.
spam friends from Facebook.
Yeah.
He sent an email with an attachment. That's
Yeah.
his fault. His uncle was Stevie.
Dude, last year when that there's a couple of shootings in California.
Just a couple?
They were perpetrated by
Modest.
Asian Americans. And my son, we're driving somewhere, and he's like, hey, Dad, today at school, I told this joke. I said, well, I guess yellow is the new black. Nice. I was like, listen here, boy. I'm like, that's a fucking fantastic joke, all right?
You were definitely my son.
Write it down and then don't say it anymore.
If this ever comes back to me, like
I got onto you.
I'm going to fucking beat you, okay? So just, like, this is motivation for you to still have these thoughts and to still share them.
That's Don Rickles material. Does this guy have jaundice or is he Chinese?
Oh, man.
He looked like a jaundiced baby.
Let's take a break real quick. I'm going to make a drink.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
You're not cooking. Yeah, I do.
Pork chop sandwiches. Oh, shit. Get the fuck out of here. What are you doing? Go. Get the fuck out of here, you stupid idiot. Fuck, we're all dead. Get the fuck out. My God, did that smell good.
Detect it. This is no going, and you tell me do things. I done running.
G.I. Joe.
And we're back. Maybe I put a meme or a commercial or something. I put the Old Country Buffet commercial.
Dude, that was so good. That was so good.
You
I
like
that.
lasagna? It's my favorite.
Talk to the kids, too.
You like hot fudge sundaes?
You like what grade are you in?
Spaghetti's my favorite.
Yeah, that was awesome.
So what was your favorite drug experience you've ever had of your life?
Probably the okay, I'm going to tell you about the worst drug experience.
Do we have to do statute of limitations
No, I don't think so.
of years ago?
I think luckily like all the greatest and worst ones are
It's a long time ago.
far in the
Galaxy
past.
far, far away.
But yeah, one was actually when my folks were in. This was like one of the best and the worst. My folks, when they were in Europe, I went over. Some friends came over, and we went to Amsterdam for the day to show our friends Amsterdam. And me and my buddy took some shrooms, and we're like, "Oh well, we'll get into the Anne Frank house before the shrooms kick in." But then the line was really long, and so we ended up like peaking like right as we were actually getting into the Anne Frank house, and we're like climbing up the fucking stairs and doing.
You got out after, right? What did you do after? Because it's 4 hours. Did you get trapped in there?
No,
like Anne Frank herself.
No.
Were you paying
Dude,
tribute by staying forever?
I got totally Anne Franked. Like I got full Anne Franked.
What is behind this wall?
Oh, you guys jerked off? Is that what you're saying up there?
Yeah, and then we jerked
Pleasure
off.
yourselves.
Yeah.
You were like, I think I might like girls.
Having a voyage of self-discovery with my pantaloons.
I think did you tell us that before?
Yeah,
it
you
sounds
did.
familiar that
Did
you
I
did
tell
the
you?
Anne Frank
Yeah.
house
Oh,
on
shit.
shrooms. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So that okay. Whoops. So
I don't know if
on-
it was on
It's on dumb,
recording or
busty
not,
goth
but-
sluts, murder sluts.
Whoopsie.
That still is. That might be the best like bad shroom story. I mean, like the shrooms kicked in. How many people do you think were on shrooms at the Anne Frank house?
None.
Like you
Me
think
and
you were
that
the
guy.
first people in
Oh
history?
no, not the first people in history for
be on
sure.
shrooms
I mean,
at
it's in
Anne
the
Frank.
middle of fucking Amsterdam. Like,
Yeah, right.
I'm sure some other dumbass 19-year-old was like, huh?
Whoa!
I bet your tour guide was fucked up. If you had to do that every day, take something.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Go to
Yeah.
one of the coffee shops.
So another great, a really good one was I went out to a desert party in California,
Hell yeah.
and my buddy was a DJ, and
There's a lot of Queens of the Stone Age stories that start this way.
dude, this was a really good one. We went out there and it was just this massive desert party, and we ate shrooms like an hour before we got there. And we got there, and like my buddy was dating this girl who was one of the like college Playboy chicks, like one of the girls who got selected as one of the college.
Yeah, like Jenny in Forrest Gump.
like Jenny, exactly.
Hey,
Just like
Gump, check out
yeah.
the tits on her.
Hey,
Jenny!
Stop trying to
Oh,
select my
Jenny.
girlfriend.
Yeah.
Don't be trying to select Jenny. She don't want to be selected like that.
But yeah, man, it was good. There was a lot of like outdoor fucking and a lot of just like, a lot of good music and
Yeah?
just in the middle
So
of nowhere,
Woodstock party?
just like lawlessness in the middle of the desert. That was pretty fucking good.
It's your own little Burning Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was like much more condensed than that. Probably like 500 people.
Have you ever done meth? Or been around it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you?
I don't know, on purpose.
Yeah.
Just mixed up around it and some other stuff.
I mean, okay, so what's your
I got heroin, ecstasy pills with heroin in them.
Oh yeah.
One time.
Yeah.
But I think I already talked about that too on here.
I did Molly at Coachella, and I'm pretty sure it was cut with meth because that was not a nice come down.
Yeah.
Plasticky.
I spent 3 hours in the hot tub at my friend's house that he rented in India.
Oh, poor Donnie now. Listen to the country
Oh,
club
poor
boy.
you. Sitting in the hot tub with only my eyes over the water for about 3 hours, just
like an alligator.
Am I dying? Am I dying? Am I dying? Am I dying? Like that.
I'm an alligator.
Yeah, I was alligatoring in the hot tub.
I'm a dying alligator.
That was probably the worst come down I've had from any type of drug.
Yeah, that's not fun.
It was great while I was on. I was watching Justice. Oh man, because Justice was playing.
Oh yeah.
I think that was the night of the Tupac hologram. That was 2012.
Yeah, I remember.
So I saw the Tupac, but I was so far away that it actually did look like there was a guy up there. You know, it looked like a CG cartoon. So the first time I went to Coachella in 2010, we drove through Joshua Tree. We didn't do shroom because we'd thrown away our shrooms. At some point, I'll have to tell the whole story about us like getting arrested on the way back and all that stuff. But we threw away our shrooms at the Border Patrol checkpoint going across to New Mexico because we freaked out because we saw the one on the Texas side. And so we didn't have shrooms to do in Joshua Tree. So instead, we were just smoking weed the whole time. So we went through Joshua Tree at least high on weed. So that was nice.
Dude, Joshua Tree's so dope. I love
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Love Joshua Tree.
I still have the pictures somewhere. Whenever you walk up to like the Joshua Tree cactuses and all that,
Yeah.
Ladybugs were stuck every once in a while on the spines.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
they'd gotten stuck on it. Well, we could not figure out how that had happened.
Yeah.
But it was really cool to drive through. I'd like to go back through Joshua Tree again.
Dude, Joshua
sometime.
Tree's amazing.
Yeah.
Have you ridden the train in Europe?
Oh yeah.
Remember that Chemical Brothers video with the train window?
No.
The
I
things
don't
were
know.
going by to the beat of the song.
That's Star Guitar. Star Guitar.
Yeah.
That was awesome. That was one of the fun drug experiences in Europe.
Oh,
Going
yeah.
on a train.
Oh, I have a good Europe train story. So we were.
They ran a train on you.
So, dude, have you noticed how loose my asshole is? Like it's, so
Thought I heard an echo in there.
So me and my buddy were backpacking through Europe. This is before my folks lived there, and we were in Italy, and we get in this train car, and it's like there's like 6 seats, and me and him were taking up
The graffiti is so good.
2 of them.
in Italy.
What's that?
The graffiti is so good in Italy.
Dude, the graffiti in Italy is fucking amazing. I have a lot of pictures of graffiti in Italy, and
Graffiti, it's a Leonardo da Vinci.
That's where it came
That's
from.
how he get his start.
That's where they made the word. It's a graffiti.
It's a Michelangelo. He drew the graffiti on the ceiling.
So we're sitting in this fucking train car, and and these 4 girls walk by, and they open the door, and they're like, do you speak English?
Spray paint your cum on my face.
And we're like, oh yeah, we speak English. They're like, oh my god, thank God, can we sit in here? And we're like, oh yeah, sure. So they come in, they sit down, and it's like this kind of like almost perfect setup where it's like there's one of each kind. There's like a hot, like kind of darker girl. There's like a hot blonde girl. There's a hot redhead. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So there's 4 of them. They sit there, and we shoot
Fox Force 5.
we shoot the shit with them for like 2 hours in between Milan and Venice, and then they get out. And so we're like, all right, okay, ciao.
This train ride would be so much better if you were jerking me off right now.
Well, it would have been amazing. So they get out, and it's like 2 weeks later, and me and this dude are in Nice, and he gets up to go get some. We're like laying on the beach, and he's like, I need sunscreen. I'm like, all right, whatever. So he gets up and he leaves, and I hear this whispering. And it's like, I think that's him. Yeah, but didn't he have a friend? And I look over, and it's the 4 fucking girls, and they're all topless.
Nice.
And they're like, I mean, like literally like 8 feet away from me.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm like, oh my god, hey, it is me. Yeah,
Yes.
I do have a friend.
I'm the guy.
He's not around, and so
You
I
were looking for me, and here I am.
So I go over and I start talking to them, and they're like, oh my god, like what have you been up to? And I'm like, oh, we've been traveling, whatever, last 2 weeks, blah 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 blah. And I told
What are
them,
the 8 of you up to?
yeah, exactly. And I'm like, yeah, we're staying in this fucking shitty hostel, and they're like, well, we have this like amazing apartment right here.
Yeah.
And they're like, we have room. Do you want to like? Do you and your buddy want to stay?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, I do want to stay. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't think that we. Okay.
I'm like fucking 18 years old. They're like 18, 19.
Yeah.
They're topless. I have a heart on. So I'm like, this sounds great. I go down to the water to like, get myself cooled off and glisten in the sun at 18, whatever the fuck I'm doing, right? I'm in the water and I look up the beach and my buddy's walking down the beach and I see him he sees them like down below. He's like up on the boardwalk and he sees him down below and he's walking down and he's just fucking staring at him and he grabs his fucking camera and I'm like,
no, don't do that. Don't do that.
Do it. Don't do it. And what am I going to do, right?
You're like, no.
I'm not
You're like from way far away.
Right, like I'm not going to do that.
Abort.
And he totally gets caught. Just like snap, 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 snap. And I walk up to the situation, like literally as they're confronting him, and they're like, "Oh, okay, I see. You know what? Fuck you guys. Get the fuck out of here." And now, like me and him have to pack. Not only are we not staying in their fucking place, but now we're like packing up all of our shit that we had laid out for the day and moving down the beach.
I'd have punched him in the face.
Now he has to sleep on the top bunk and tell you jerk off stories.
Yeah.
You have to be you have to be the dungeon master tonight.
I'd never let him live it down. Like, remember that time? Remember that one time?
Well, here's the funny, weird, whatever you want to call it thing is I'm currently working with this person.
Oh, nice.
We've been working together for the last 4 years.
Nice.
Steven Jordanson is here tonight. We have him here tonight backstage.
Come on down.
Have you ever done skydiving or anything like that? Bungee jumping? Parasail? Hang gliding?
I've told you I'm a pilot, though, right?
No.
Yeah.
Of what?
Of planes.
Oh, okay.
Of just like,
You have a license?
Yeah.
How many
Holy shit.
hours do you have? That's what you're supposed to say. Right?
Yeah, how many flight hours?
Like 250 probably. Like not a.
That means that you still have to like go up with somebody, right?
No, you only need 40 to get a license.
Oh,
man.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I just listened to Bill Burr talking about getting a
He's a
helicopter license so
license,
much. I was like, sounds like you need 1,000,000 hours before you can go up by yourself.
No, I mean I soloed after 22 hours.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. I got my license after about 70 or 80.
Here? Texas or California?
No, California. Yeah.
Well, thank you for your service.
Hey, you know what? Someone had to do it.
I think we have I think we have the international waters captain. If he's the captain of the plane, captain of
You
the
can
ship.
navigate us via the stars.
Yeah, if we get that barge, get that barge.
There's a lot of
the
abandoned
server
barges
farm
around.
and
After COVID, there's a lot of abandoned barges around. You just have to take a couple of speed cigarette boats and find them. And you commandeer it, you've got squatters' rights. As long as you hit international waters.
It's the laws of the high seas.
Have you?
Hey, you forgot your
Maritime
badge.
law.
Now it's my home.
I've been studying maritime law.
It was your badge, now it's me house.
Oh, there's AI trouble for child porn now. You heard about this?
No.
See this?
No. What's
Have
this?
you heard about
No,
this?
I didn't see it.
I didn't see it. Damn it. What's
The government is angry because you can use AI to make underage stuff. Just like your Raggedy Ann and Andy thing that you made.
Right. Raggedy, yes.
So somebody heard that podcast and went a little further on your ideas.
Well, I mean,
And now the government's mad at child porn on the internet. Which
right on
just
the
like
brink of all of
AI
it.
versus the Muslims. These are two fake things that don't matter fighting each other.
Right.
Child porn on the internet versus the government. Nobody cares about either one of you. Just mind your business. Sure, fight amongst each other. That's how the government treats black people and Koreans.
Yeah.
Like, just put them in a neighborhood and put a liquor store.
Right. Just
And
let
then
them
fight 'em out.
Let them
Let 'em
figure
figure it out.
You are our little G.I. Joes.
You
You haven't butt sexed each other.
You sort out your problems, okay? you do what you got to do. Yeah. I didn't hear about this. Is this a real thing? This is like
I don't know. I saw
I don't want to Google AI child porn. I don't think that's probably not a good thing to put
It's
in
in
my
the news
Google.
section of Reddit. If you scroll through the news, there's 3 or 4 things about it. So that's the news.
Yes.
And now the news.
And now the news.
Have you ever donated sperm, or would you?
No. I don't think so.
You get $4,000. every 6 months.
Did you do it?
No. That's what the ad says.
I'm not like a I don't consider myself to be like super traditional. I just wouldn't feel great about like my kid running around and me having like no knowledge of it. Like I just would feel weird to me. I don't think I could be okay with it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Call me old fashioned, but I just don't want to spunk in a cup
Yeah, but
and like
now
have
that
a chicken
23andMe
check
exists, they could find you later and have an awkward
Well, I don't want
That
that
would be
either.
so
though,
fucked
right?
up.
Like,
deathbed.
I don't want
Some
that
30-year-old come up and be like, "Father," and you're like, "I'm trying to die."
So I had some random things coming up on my YouTube while I was doing stuff around the house today.
No.
And some people were talking about Indiana Jones and the shitty new Indiana Jones movie, Dial of Destiny.
Oh yeah.
And I started thinking about the one before it, Crystal Skull,
Yeah.
because Shia LaBeouf is in that, and then he finds out that it's his son, and he didn't know he had a son with Marion.
He's
And
named
he's
after
like
the
19 years old, and I was like, I would be going to a murderous rage if I found out that I had a 19-year-old child
Yeah.
that nobody bothered to tell me about.
Yeah.
Like I missed out on that entire life. I wouldn't have been a deadbeat or anything like that. Like, what have you stolen from me?
But then everything he does wrong after, you'd be like, "Well, I wouldn't have raised him that way."
I would.
And it's played for
One
laughs.
raised right.
It's played for laughs in that movie because he turned into a joke. And he's like, "You let him drop out of school or whatever," and I'm like,
Shia LaBeouf is named after the French word for sticking drugs up your ass.
Yeah.
Le bouffe. I le bouffed it. Where's the drugs? I had to le bouffe them.
la bouffe.
I le bouffed the cocaine, and now it is gone. And my asshole is going to do my taxes for me.
the name of this title is The Gay Region of France, also known as France.
Also known as France.
Donnie, would you do a sperm donation?
Would I?
Yeah. $4,000.
Yes. For $4,000?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You're jerking off anyway.
Yeah.
What are you doing with it?
It's coming out one way or
You
another.
wasted it.
Yeah.
That's $4,000.
Is that really how much it
Sweet
is?
pearl necklaces.
Holy shit! I might have to do some research. But don't they like want to know about like your genetics and stuff? Like, don't they want to have a look at
business.
you? I don't know if these genes are gonna entice people.
You roll in there, they're like, no.
No.
Yeah.
We'll give you 4.
Yeah.
We'll give you
It's
4.
like, I can tell you what my donor sheet looks like for the woman who's looking for a donor. It's like this guy hates fucking retards.
Busty, fat, goth,
Yeah.
slut, murder.
He wants to put
retards.
he wants to put people in concentration camps who like the TikTok voice. You know, those are all the things that I'm going to put in there.
Yeah.
And what it should do is I should be at the top of the list with those things because that's the world we should be living in.
Right.
The guy, the one guy who has it all figured out,
Right.
should be at the top of the list. But instead, it's like he sounds like an asshole.
Right.
If you put in the same stuff that you put to get out of jury duty on your sperm form, they're not going to have you donate. I'm racist against Eskimos. I only have 8.5 toes.
Man.
I don't like it when people talk Chinese.
Man, I got out of jury duty, but not without like a lot of bullshit. So I did the whole thing, right? Like the whole like get out of jury duty thing. And then they fucking punished the shit out of me and made me like stay late. And
Okay, so what did you say? Like,
What were you wearing? Why were you dressed that way?
yeah.
I was in the
your
rape
fault.
jungle.
Yeah.
I was in the rape
So
jungle.
first of all, you went to
Again.
the jungle.
So I was in the
Why
jungle.
did you
I'm
go?
not
Yeah.
going there.
So basically, any question that they asked, like, does anybody here have any opinions on statutory limitations on real estate transactions? And I'm like,
Yeah.
yes, I do have an opinion on that. And I would just like, and I just started saying like a bunch of random shit. I'm like, back in 2004, I purchased a condo for $420,000. And they're like, what the fuck? And then they caught on to it that I was just trying to be like,
Get out of it. Yeah.
I was trying to get out of it. And then when they picked the jury, they said juror number 1, juror number 7, juror number 32. And then they said me too. They called 13 of us. And they made me sit through all of the additional questioning. They let everyone else in the fucking place go.
Oh, so they have tactics.
They kept me and all the people who were going to be on the jury. And I had to stay for hours extra, pay for hours extra of parking.
Nice.
Oh,
Sit in this
wow.
fucking place for hours. Then at the end, they're like, okay, juror 73, you can go now. I'm like, God damn it, dude. Like,
Wow.
I probably just could have got out of it
Yeah.
by being quiet. But I acted a fool.
Is this in California?
No, this is here.
This was
This
here?
is Travis County.
This
and
was in the last couple
this
years?
is in the last 6 months.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I got a letter saying, hey, we might need you to be on in the federal jury pool.
Oh, yeah.
And so, and I think I went ahead and filled out, because there was like, if you can't do it, and there were like 4 different reasons.
Right.
And I was like, I don't qualify for any of those. So, and it said I could be picked anytime between September 2023 and September 2024. So I might be on some federal shit. We'll see. But a friend of mine, he got out of jury duty really easy because I think it was a civil trial. And he basically raised his hand and said, I don't agree with emotional damages. I don't think that's something that we should be awarding money for.
They asked
do
me that
jury
too.
duty.
Yeah.
I'm
They asked
busy
me-
using AI to generate child porn. My days are just packed, just like Calvin and Hobbes.
Yeah.
The days are just packed. So $4,000 over the course of 6 months that it says you get for donating sperm, that breaks down to $22 a day. If it was on your way home from work, would you pop by to drop one for $20?
I jerk off on my way home from work every day.
Yeah,
Traffic.
I
Every
this
day.
shit
I'm
for
like,
free.
hey,
Okay, I'm
sitting
jerking
here.
off in the car anyway. I guess it's fine.
I got 50 minutes to burn.
I gotta quit doing this shit for free. I'm giving it away for
pig.
nothing.
Would you do it? I mean, you I feel like you're pressing the issue.
Do you know how many games he could pre-order with $4,000? How many Hogwarts Legacies and Skull and Bones and Wolverines?
No,
and
I would rather tell someone
Ubisoft?
in my house to make $20 a day some other way than me have to stop and wank one off in the office room. I'm interested, to see what the process is.
how many Chewbacca
There's
toys?
that
there?
Chinese jerk off dick suck machine that looks cool. Does
Yeah.
anyone else pull their nose hairs out to stay awake in meetings?
I pull my nose hairs out just for the fuck of it.
I do it to stay awake in meetings at work.
Does your
Then
wife?
they're like, "Why are you crying in the meeting?" I'm like, "This is good.
It's the Christian
I
music.
love this
goddammit.
meeting."
It's the Christian music. Does your wife get worked up about nose hairs? My wife gets super
No,
pissed about
my
my
daughter
nose hairs.
doesn't.
But
She
your
doesn't
nose,
like-
like if you can
About-
see them?
If she can see him. She's like,
Yeah.
oh, actually, it's funny. Last week, before I came over here, she's like, you really need to go trim your nose hairs. And I'm like, why?
Get out of my face.
Yeah, and she's like, yeah, seriously. And I'm like, why?
That's why you grow a mustache so they can
they
intermingle
blend
and you
in-
can be
they
like, they're
blend in with
friends.
the mustache.
Exactly.
These are they're all boys.
Exactly. And I was like, why, honey? And she's like, you're going to hang out with your friends. You really want to go like that? I'm like, I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
They don't fucking care.
No.
I have never
They don't get that close
noticed
to me.
someone's nose. I
I've
mean,
never noticed someone's nose
I've
hairs
never
either.
noticed a
Yeah.
friend of mine's nose
No.
hairs. I can tell you that much. Yeah.
No, like if you're on a date and some chick has like fucking bush hanging out
Okay,
of her
yeah,
nose,
maybe.
then you're gonna notice that. But
Or if it's one of those weird old men
yeah,
where like hair just grows strangely out of
Right.
things. That
Out
I'm
of-
like, yeah, I'll notice that.
right.
I have never noticed someone, at least someone who's my age, their nose hair.
No,
I was in bed with a Romanian girl and
Oh, you-
she was
yeah.
just wearing panties.
yeah,
And she was like, "Come over, I'm in bed." And I came and got in bed with her, and I lifted. It was morning light coming through the window, so I lifted up the quilt to see what's going on over here.
mm-hmm.
And she had like a skunk stripe of black hair coming up out of the back of her panties,
Oh yeah,
like a tail.
oh yeah, yeah.
Of
yeah.
Romanian
that's
gypsy hair.
That's
dude.
the problem with dark-haired girls is sometimes they have a
Yeah,
they have a happy
moustache.
trail on the back.
I dated this Jew girl when I was this Jew girl.
Fucking
I
Jew
dated this
broad.
Jew girl.
Trying to bang this Jew broad, you're fucking it up.
I was dating this girl who was a Jew in high school, and she had like her bush just extended up to her belly button.
Yeah,
But she was really, really, really hot, like really hot. But like,
she's a Semitic Sasquatch.
but she's just, yeah, she was a semesquatch. Semesquatch. Dude, she had so much fucking hair. It was amazing. But I was kind of into it because like I grew up during like the whole bush porn. Obviously, like all the porn we saw was like bush
Yeah.
porn, right? So
Hell yeah. I'm from the fucking bush, man. I'm a bushman. I've grown up in it.
I grown up in it.
We went from
My mother's
70s
teat.
bush to 90s bush
Yeah.
to no bush,
Right,
back to bush.
right.
In the past,
In
what,
the
10
armpits.
years or
Now there's
so?
armpits
No,
bush.
fuck that. Fuck that.
I was like, call the UN, call Interpol. I'm
Yeah.
against it.
Yeah.
Are you for it or again it? I'm again it.
Yeah. Yeah, so a little, not 70s, not like hair all the way down around the butthole. That's,
Right,
I don't do that.
Yeah.
But
Play
yeah,
that
some
game,
like
yeah.
late 80s to early 90s bush
Right.
is a acceptable amount of push, right?
Right.
That's kind of where we're all at, right?
Yeah.
So
I mean, honestly, I'm not all that picky,
Well, yeah.
You know,
if it's in front of me,
There's
if there's pizza in front of me, I'm gonna eat the pizza. I don't
I
care
like
if
when
it's CC's. I don't care if it's Tony's $1 pizza.
dude.
I like when there's shelter and air conditioning.
Yeah.
It turns me on
To
to be in a room. That was real nice. So I have to tell you about this guy. I've told Donnie before. He used to own Antone's. Have you been to Antone's for a show?
Yeah.
So the Antone's used to be downtown on 4th and Lavaca. It was the spot. They had a VIP section where the bands would go do heroin. It was behind a chest of drawers on hinges. So it was a door, but it looked like a nothing.
No.
We saw Black Rebel Motorcycle Club guy in there shooting up. And the second half of this set was acoustic because he was tired.
Yeah. After
Like-
you shoot up, yeah.
It's time to just chill out and
chill, yeah.
play the Sympathetic Noose song. But the guy that owned Antone's used to chill with my wife and her friends. And he had a wife that back then that he was courting, his girlfriend. And every time she would ask for cocaine, he would get a twinkle in his eye. And my wife was like, "How come every time she starts asking for coke, you get way more interested?" And he was like, they're all hammered sitting around a fire. And he was like, when she does coke, she goes to the bathroom and throws up. And that's the only time I can butt fuck her.
You gotta love that honesty. That's
Speaking of Shia LaBeouf,
It's like both ends loosen up when you're vomiting, I guess.
Don't I know it?
so then she told me that, and then I met the guy. It was like right when we were dating. And I went to a thing, and she started mentioning coke in someone's backyard, and I immediately looked at him like, "Where's he at?" And he was like, trying to help get coke.
Get that thing moving along. Yeah.
The end of the evening is approaching.
He knows what it takes, man. He knows what it takes.
That's his light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
Her asshole bent over this toilet barfing.
Oh, man. A few years ago, I went to this massage place in San Francisco, and it's called Massage for Relax.
Statute of limitations.
And so,
A few years ago,
it was before I was married, okay?
I barely remember it.
I'm getting
It's all foggy.
massage from this,
If someone asked me, I wouldn't be able to remember any of the details.
Kearney Street, I don't know, maybe. So I'm getting a massage from this lady, 70-year-old woman, ish, and she's just fucking.
So you know she's already lotioned up. Because she's 70.
Like she
70-year-old
cannot
bitches come
naturally
lotioned.
lubricate herself, so she has to be lotioned.
Octogenarian bitches come lotioned up already. Out the dough.
Got to spray some WD-40 up in there.
So she's massaging me, and she's fucking hurting.
He's walking
me.
around like,
she's like pushing her thumb behind my knee, and like doing all this weird shit, and I'm like, ouch, and she's like. And she's laughing. She's like, hurt. It's okay. It's okay. And she's like stroking my head. And
Nice.
I'm like, no, don't do that. Don't.
Speaking of Indiana Jones. It hurts here.
It hurts here. However, she was touching me everywhere else. I didn't want her anywhere near
No.
there.
Not even with the lotion.
What was she done to your balls? You know?
Would you have done my
Bulls.
So she finishes, and it's fucking brutal. And I tell everyone about it, as I'm doing right now. And a few months ago, I'm at a Boy Scout meeting with my son, and I'm telling this story. They were telling me about a Rosteed. It's like a physical therapy place.
Right.
But this guy's telling me at the Boy Scout meeting, he's like, "Oh man, they'll hurt you." And I'm like, "Oh, let me tell you about this massage I got."
Okay.
And so I'm telling him about this whole thing in San Francisco. I'm like, and this lady, and I'm doing the
You
whole.
guys are both horny for old Asian women. Oh, he gonna hurt you. You gonna like it.
Is he
You gonna
gonna
slap
hurt
your dick.
So I'm telling him about I'm doing.
You're gonna
the
find
accident.
parts of your butthole you never knew existed.
She gonna do karate on your anus.
Yeah.
And so I'm telling him about this shit, and he's like, and I see the look on his face, and he's like getting turned.
Yeah.
You're
And
talking about the Hong Kong hand job.
because I'm doing the voice,
Yeah.
and his wife is Thai.
Oh shit,
Yeah.
ma'am, I'm sorry.
I just think that he's angry that another white is standing in front of him doing
White.
like he's the only person who could like I
Yeah,
don't-
yeah.
I don't know if he does. the
Nobody
voice or
makes
not.
fun of
Maybe
Jews
he
but
doesn't
me.
do it.
Yeah.
Maybe he doesn't do the voice because he's got an Asian wife. But
Oh, you don't like ping songs, huh?
Dude, I love when they talk shit.
Well, you know, I know what you're saying.
I know you.
Damn it,
Everything
it
is
didn't
like
work. I was
custom.
trying to find the clip of dun 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 dun.
Oh, I was looking for "Okay, I Love You," Jackie Chan.
I thought you were gonna do "One Night in Bangkok" for a minute there. Is that what that song's called?
Yeah.
One Night in Bangkok.
There we go. Should have put this behind everything. This is like a
Don't
Lo-fi-
come in here.
lo-fi
Don't
chill.
pay for nothing. Bring your dirty brother in my store.
this
Don't
is the
never
XC
buy
River.
no ping pong sauce.
Okay. So continue with your Asian massage. We'll leave this on the.
So I'm like, yeah. So she's pushing into the back of my knee, going hut 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 hut, and then ha 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 ha. Oh, you okay? You okay?
Don't be a little bitch.
And he don't be a real bitch. And he's
You don't
look-
like my tongue.
and he's looking at me like, what the fuck is this guy doing? And I realized, and I toned it down. And then in the car on the way home, I'm like, to my son, I'm like, hey, I was running a pretty hard like Asian accent, like to you know who's dad, and my son's like, Dad, what are you doing? Like you can't, you didn't. I'm like, no, I just thought because I was impersonating a specific person.
You're
I
never
was
going to get to be
Yeah.
president.
Yeah.
You talk like that.
I think
Oh,
you might
no,
have
I
just
can't
made it
be
to
the
where your
president.
kid can't be president because
Probably.
by the
Yeah,
time he's
probably.
running, they'd be like, well, your father did a
Right.
Chinese voice, so you are obviously not qualified to be the leader of the free world.
Did you see what his father did with his penis? He was all flibberty jibbing with it. Would you ever get a dick doctor, girl or boy, if you had to have him look at it?
I think a guy. I don't know why though.
You know what's bad? You know what's worse than a guy that's actually better is a gay guy.
A gay guy.
'Cause he knows what he's doing.
That's true. Yeah.
I just want, because all, you know, their
He
boyfriend.
he understands it from that perspective, from like the
Right.
I'm looking at it
Well, plus,
perspective.
if you
Right.
and your boyfriend had a lot of STDs from partying, like and being awesome the way gay people are,
Yeah.
you probably got to look at it. Everyone's like,
That's
can you
true.
look at this?
Yeah.
My penis is being weird.
Man, my wife never gets like a good look at my dick.
Yeah,
Ever.
get in there, honey.
Yeah,
Come
she
on.
never looks at it. I'm always trying to get a real good look at her cooch. She's just steers clear of like really looking at it. You know?
He's gonna bite you.
Man, I took my boy to the.
So
Yeah,
when you're
watch
married so long, it's like you don't even want to look at each other, but that only extends to you. To her and your dick. I don't even want to look at it.
I don't even want to look
I'm
at it.
so sick of it.
You know what? Just stick it in me, okay? Just
Yeah.
like
Just get it over with.
Just do it.
Let's talk to
do
him
it.
a little bit. Just say something to him. Tell him howdy doody.
It's cock and balls. That's
Give him a
fine.
little how's your father.
This little house of father.
Have you ever had a drug dealer where they make you stay to make it look like they're not?
Yeah, I hate that. I hated that.
They only do that with cool people though.
Yeah.
The annoying people get sent. I don't give a fuck
That-
what the cops think.
That's
get out of here.
That's freaking James Franco in Pineapple Express, where he wants to
Lingerer.
hang out with Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
But then when the other guy comes to buy weed while Seth Rogen's there, he's like, "Geez, linger." It's like he only talks to him through the crack of the door. He's like, "Good God, man."
If you're gonna make me stay because you think I'm cool, then do something cool. Because I've had people say you got to hang around and play World of Warcraft for 2 hours.
Yeah. Not
I'm
good.
like, I'm going to use your PC to burn 8 hip hop CDs
Yeah,
before I leave.
that's a good stage one.
Stop
That's a good
making
stage
me
joke.
hang out in this gross apartment. Your
Yeah.
dog is humping my leg. Yeah, just let him finish.
Let him
Just let him finish. It'll be all right.
Let him go.
Did you see G.I. Joe Wrath of Cobra trailer?
Oh,
It's like a Turtles type of
Oh,
hack
really?
and slash team
is
of
it
ups.
animated?
It's pixel. It's a video game. It's like Double Dragon style.
Oh.
Like those Turtles in Time thing. you
Oh,
never played.
cool, yeah.
But I want to play it with everybody because we're going to be yelling, "Who wants a body massage?" 'Cause
Yeah.
it's got that guy.
Did you ever watch those? The G.I. Joe Finsler films. They would take at the end of. Did you watch the G.I. Joe cartoon back in the day?
Oh yeah.
So at the end of it, there would be some kid and he'd get into trouble, and the G.I. Joe would say, like, and that's why
Yeah.
knowing is half the battle. Whatever.
Yeah.
So some guy took those and he redone. This is like early memes. This is like
G.I.
20 years
Joe.
ago.
Yeah.
and they always said random funny stuff. Who wants a body massage? And
The pirate guy was
hey
gay.
kid, I'm a computer. Oh, we're gonna have to watch those.
Remember the pirate guy with the jean vest and the hat? And he was like,
Look at all your little hats. Your hats
it's
are so
like-
cute.
Don't forget your sandwiches. Yeah, we gotta watch those.
Yeah.
Uh,
real quick.
Yeah.
And you have to watch the G.I. Joe Wrath of Cobra thing because
Yeah.
it looks rad.
As a matter of fact, we've been recording for a long time,
There
so
we go.
we should probably end the episode, and then we're going to watch a bunch of G.I. Joe cartoons. So,
Oh, I wanted to know what you all
got
thought
off a
about
gospel hour.
Mike Tyson, Logan Paul. Real quick.
It's a gimmick.
Yeah.
What is it?
Mike Tyson is fighting Logan Paul.
Who's Logan Paul?
He's an
He's
influencer.
he's one of the Paul, Logan Paul, the YouTuber guy, the one who went to the Suicide Force in Japan and got a bunch of backlash.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Jake
yeah,
Paul and
yes,
Logan
yes,
Paul and all
yes,
them.
Yes, yeah.
So he's a boxer now, and he's a douchebag. But did he fight Holyfield? He's been fighting all these like gimmicky exhibition matches against famous
He's
boxers.
fought the rich guy.
Yeah.
Mike,
He-
$1 million. What's his name?
But
The current champion.
I mean, he's gonna get his fucking ass whooped, right?
I don't know.
Someone's
I
gonna
mean,
die.
Mike
One
Tyson's
of them will
55
die.
years old, so who knows, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a gimmick. Money, whatever.
but I mean, Tyson could kill him if he wanted to.
That
Be
would-
like,
that would
it's an
be-
accident.
That'd be very nice.
He fell on his face. I didn't do
Yeah.
that way.
I didn't mean to rape
It ain't
her.
supposed
I didn't.
to be
I did
that.
not mean to rape Logan Paul.
I'm sorry.
I can't go back to jail.
I didn't tell him to kiss the man like that.
Yeah.
He kissed it. It'd be cool. Either way, it'd be cool. I mean, if that's a hell of a way for Tyson to go out, if he dies, and if he kills Logan Paul, oh my God, I bet I'm gonna buy more gummies.
Somebody does a Butch.
Yeah.
His
What's
gummies are really great.
Bruce Willis Butch in Pulp Fiction, where he just kills the guy and
Yeah. How does
he's
it
supposed
feel?
to throw the fight and he kills the guy instead.
Yeah.
Maybe Mike Tyson will do that, or Logan Paul will do that. We'll
Yeah.
see what happens.
Yeah.
Butch.
That's the only outcome I'm hoping for. It's like how
Dude.
my only hope for the outcome of the election is that both of them die.
Oh.
But all right, we've recorded a very long episode, and I'm the one who has to edit this shit. So that's it for the God Awful Gospel Hour for this week. We'll see you next week, and there will be more streaming, and there will be more awesome drops and noises and things because we're figuring things out. So, bye.
Well, we're done.